In the previous video, we looked at convolution reverb. Now, let's take a look at the Convolution Reverb Pro. The Pro version introduces some more advanced features and some more interface capabilities as well. So first we have a mode setting. Right now it's set to single, and what this does, it allows us to A/B back and forth between two different impulse responses. So let's pick Giant Basilica for A, and let's pick something a little smaller, say a stairwell, for B. We can A/B back and forth between the two. Second, we have a split mode. And this allows us to use two different impulse responses for the early reflections, and then another one for the late reflections of the tail. Let's hear what that sounds like. So the decay, size, pre-delay, width, gain, dry, wet, those are all the same from the convolution reverb. But now we have some tabs here. We can pop those open. We have an EQ, we have a position, a modulation tab, a dampening tab, and then a shape tab. So EQ is just like the input processing on the reverb in the previous videos. We can EQ the dry signal, the audio signal going into the device, before any processing happens. Let's remove some of the lows. Okay. We can also deactivate that tab. Next we have position. So this is placing the sound source somewhere in the room. So let's pretend that the piano was in the far right corner. We can make the reverb reflect that. Or the close right corner. And this might be really cool if we did a send pre-fader and turn down the dry. We can double click to reset that position. Okay, next we have a mod. It's very similar to the reverb device. Some chorus going on there. We can also dampen the reverb. So same thing as the previous reverb device. We can dampen the highs or increase the highs so they last longer. And this is one of the parameters that doesn't update in real time. Once we let go, the parameter updates. We also have a shape tab. Now this is a very interesting set of parameters. We can further sculpt the reverb, and we can actually push it out past natural sounding reverb. We can turn up and down the early reflections, turn up and down the length or the tail. the length, how long the reverb sticks around. We can fade in the reverb, fade out the reverb. So below those, we have a couple different options as well. We have the ability to trim the impulse response. So say there's something at the beginning of the impulse we want to get rid of. We can change that here. We can also switch between a percentage for the early and length. You now have seconds instead of percentages. We also have the ability to reverse the reverb. Above that, we have cascade. And this is basically a blend between the early and late in split mode. So we can push more of the early reflections into the late reflections. Maybe smooth it out a little bit more. Let's take a listen to that. Let's also hear what reverse sounds like. So that is the convolution reverb that ships with Max for Live. I'll leave you with just a few more examples and presets that ship with this really cool device.